All right, baby, let's go. We're live. How's it going? We got a lot to talk about today. We got a lot to talk about today. We got a lot to get through. A lot's on the mind. All right. So first things first, let me go ahead and pin this puppy. All right. Pinned the profile. Pinned. Okay. Rock and roll. All right, chat. We got a lot to go through, so we're gonna just go through this one by one at a time. We're gonna run through these puppies, and we're gonna have a good time. It is what is it? Second day. It is the second day of 2026. The second day, and there's already some bullshit happening. Always something. There's always something. Always something. Both in crypto and abroad. It's like you really can't go more than, I don't know, 24 hours without something disastrous happening. But at least, it keeps things exciting, keeps things fun, lively. Exciting is the word, yeah. Yeah, we'll leave that. We'll leave it at that. Um, it's 2026 though. So, welcome to the new year, guys. Uh, I got plenty of my own, we'll call them resolutions. That's what we'll call 'em, resolutions. Um, Goals. Some of my goal I'm gonna become a lawyer this year. That's one that's top of the list. Pretty big resolution is to just finish that. We got that going. I want to do more of the streaming. Like, obviously, I'm enjoying it, and I like yapping to y'all. So I hope you guys like yapping back. And see if we can keep that up over the course of the next year. So that sounds fun. What else we got, dude? The bar's going to be an absolute nightmare come May to July, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it. We always do. We always do. We find a way. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much that. I guess if there was anything else on my mind, yeah, no, I'm good. All right, let's go ahead and get into these bookmarks. All right, so there's a lot going on here. I don't know if you guys saw this on the CBS Evening News, but they go through this whole conversation. Let's listen in for a minute or two here, okay?
Used to. And it's not just
Oh,
us,
can't hear
it's
anything.
all of
Oh,
legacy
I
media.
can't hear anything. You guys hear it?
And I get it. I get it because I've been
Oh,
hearing
I can
about
hear
it
it.
from just
Yeah,
about
that's on me. Hold on.
everybody for more than 20
All right, let's listen in.
A lot has changed since the first person sat in this chair, but for me, the biggest difference is people do not trust us like they used to. And it's not just us, it's all of legacy media. And I get it. I get it because I've been hearing about it from just about everybody for more than 20 years as I've traveled America on this assignment or that.
See, I can't tell if this is a cringe video or not, right? So CBS is clearly realizing, like the guys over at CBS are realizing that people don't actually really believe the news anymore or trust the news, right? Like whether it's Fox or CNN or CBS or whomever, OAN, I think is the other. No one really trusts the news. Like no one really believes it. Everyone kind of just turns to Twitter because we've seen for years the stories be reported basically either, kind of like this weird twist or weird scheme going on or just outright wrong. So no one believes it anymore. Clearly they realize this. They're bringing on this guy. What's his name? Hold on. I have it bookmarked because he did a whole other video on this. He walks around. Tony DeCopel. That's the guy. Tony DeCopel. This is apparently the anchor on CBS Evening News that we're all supposed to like get behind as he's serious. You know what? I'll say this. I think it is a good thing for society if we can actually come back to a certain level of trust with with the legacy news medias, right? If we can come back to a certain level of trust with the Fox Newses, with the CBS, with the CNNs, and say, hey, they're not just trying to bullshit us into buying what they're selling. Like maybe there's something that, they're actually reporting news and they have the institutional capital behind them to get news that even the public journalists can't get, the citizens journalists. I think that's great. But is this guy to be believed? We'll see. At the end of this, whole charade he goes on, he says, hold me to it. We will, Tony. We will. Anywho, let's keep things rolling.
Jewelry box.
So, hold on. You guys have to see this. So we had how do I say this? The mayor has finally switched over in New York City, and that's just a great opportunity to check this video. If you guys haven't seen this out, if you guys haven't seen this video, this is Mayor Eric Adams, and it's maybe one of the best pieces of media that's ever been put out by anyone who's ever become a politician. You have to see this.
You can look at a jewelry box. A jewelry box of this nature, maybe a simple jewelry box, but if you look through it closely, you don't know what your child may be hiding. For instance, a gun.
Oh my God.
Look at picture frames and behind them,
Oh my God.
cameras. Try to determine what's taking place. Behind a picture frame, you can find bullets.
Bullets!
You should always, when your child brings in his popular knapsack with many different locations, look through it to see what exactly is your child carrying in addition to a book. Something simple as a crack pipe.
A popular knapsack with many different locations. A crack pipe. I can't. Oh my God. Long live this guy as a mayor. Like, I would love for him to come back. Not out, like, I don't know about his policies, but just look at them. Look at what he's up to.
Something simple as a baby doll. Could be just a baby doll, but also it could be a place where you can secrete or hide drugs. Run your hands over the pillows and see if you feel anything that's unusual. Like a pillow like this with a button is a perfect invitation to hide something. I felt something bumpy. I will reach in, see what it is.
Oh my God, is that a revolver? I think that was a
Hide
revolver.
something.
Hold on.
I felt something
Oh my
bumpy.
God.
I will reach in, see what it is.
Bro, what? You can't be serious right now, Eric Adams. You can't be. Who's going to bed like that?
Just look and see what's inside your bookcase.
What's in the
It could be
bookcase?
more than just books. Perfect place to hide.
I can't, dude. I can't. That's quality. That's a meme. That is excellent. Godspeed, Eric Adams. New York seemed fine while you were mayor, so I hope it stays that way. And to this video, maybe one of
Cocaine.
maybe one of the greatest that I've ever seen. Oh my God, that's crazy. All right, let's keep things rolling. Wow, what a video. No, I don't know if I feel like talking about that one. All right. We got to talk about this. We got to talk about what's going on here. Also, if you guys are watching on the X chat, please feel free to let me know. I'd love to see you guys. If you guys have any thoughts, comments, questions, anything you want to say, would love to see you guys in there. We're just having a chill night tonight. Just wanted to go through some of these things that have happened over the course of the past few days, and I got to yap about them because there's stuff going on. So if you guys are watching the stream, make sure you leave a like, repost, etc., and also leave a comment. Love to hear what you guys have to say. All right. So let's see what's her problem here.
So I paid for Hingex, and I literally ran out of people on day one.
I've
paid
run
for
out of
whatever
people
the most expensive Hinge membership is. I did 1 week, and I'm pretty sure it's Hingex, but whatever the $25 a week one is, I paid for 1 week.
What's her
I ran out of people in 1 day.
Okay.
I have only had the membership for 1 day, and it's already saying, "Oops, we're out of people."
What are your
Change
requirements?
your parameters. You know what my parameters are? My parameters are 6'2" and above.
Okay.
Anywhere between age 29 and 34. And then I bumped it up to 35, ran out of people again. How is there no one between the ages of
6'2" and above, lady? For 5 people, there's not that many 6'2" and above guys, period. What are you looking for?
29 and 35?
And that's a pretty tight window too. 29 to 35. That's like, there's not that many guys in like a 5 to 20 mile radius of where you're looking that are 6'2" and above. That's a pretty big disqualifier.
6'2" and above in LA. This is one
in LA. Okay. I mean, that's pretty big. Hold on. I think this guy does the math. There are only 9,600 men in LA between 29 and 34 who are 6'2" or taller, and only 3.15% of the population is unhinged, meaning there are 302 men to meet her criteria. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, when people say it's a numbers game, it's a numbers game. There's really not that many guys out there, period, that are of those, 6'2" or above is like, it's pretty tall. I'm 5'5", so I get it. I'm not raging against that. In my younger years, I might have been more upset about that. Now I don't care as much. Game is game. If you want a 6'2" man, that's all right. I get you, sis. I get you. But also, you got to know when you're like, what are you asking for here? 6'2" or above is limited. But this comment here, quality men aren't rare because they're 6 foot or make 6 figures. They're rare because most of them opted out of being inventoried on dating apps. Hinge isn't a census of desirable men. What's left turns into a clearing rack of whoever's still browsing. Ari, I don't know if I agree with this. In fact, I definitely don't. I definitely don't agree with this. Okay, modern dating is like a disaster in a lot of ways. Men are like inundated with, they have to go on Hinge, they have to go on Tinder, they have to go on Raya if they can get there, right? That's kind of like what they're force fed. All their friends are doing it. It seems like the only option. And then you go on it, and it's just this slaughterhouse of just like, oh, I'll swipe right. She seems cute. No. You finally get a match. And you're like, hey. And she's like, no. Like, it's actually a mark. I'm not even able to put this to words. The entire oh my God. You know what? Hold on. I have a better video on this. Let me find it. Hold on. It's here somewhere. There it is. This is what the entire dating experience is like. Seen, ignored. Like, for the vast majority of men, this is what the experience is like. Okay? You have to find a way to stand out from the crowd. Dude, like, that's what it feels like. That is what it feels like for the vast majority of men. You go on one of the dating apps and you're like, hey, I promise I'm a dateable option. And it's just a flurry of women that are like, no. Because, and if you look at like the swiping history is pretty indicative. Most women just say no to almost everyone. And most men say yes to almost everyone. So there's a gap there. And guys to girl ratio. My camera just died. That's crazy. I need to. Oh, wait. We're back? We're back. Okay, cool. So most guys just go on these apps, and it's like you already have, at a base level, a massive ratio against you, right? You have, for every 5 girl, maybe like up to 10 guys to 1 girl. So clearly there's some discrepancy. The guys are swiping right on everyone. The girls are swiping left on everyone. And a few times that you match with one, you're like, I don't really know what to say that's going to make me stand out among all the others. It really does feel, for many guys, like this. I mean, this is what most guys experience on these dating apps. It's just, and it's like, there is a cost here. You could say yes, there's some level of a numbers game here, right? There is some level of like, just keep swiping. You'll find her eventually. But on the flip side, there is an emotional cost to this. Me personally, when I was younger, I actually ascribed a lot more of my self-worth than I'm willing to admit to like how many right swipes I was getting. I literally would say things like, well, the marketplace of women has determined that I'm not, like, they don't really like me. You could just look on Tinder, and Tinder's telling me all I need to know. Found out later on that so much of it's driven by an algorithm that's like pretty hard to gauge, at least at times, unless you actually know what you're doing. That like, oh my God, my self-worth is being gauged by this absolute garbage algorithm. And a lot of guys don't realize that. So they're just getting absolutely slaughtered emotionally. and psychologically on these apps. So yeah, like, yes, a lot of men don't want to be inventoried, maybe. But to call it like a clearance rack of men is ridiculous. It's not. Here, hold on. Let's go back to the tweet. Where'd it go? There it is. It's not a clearance rack of men. It really is not. Like, there are actually a lot of quality guys on there. A lot of my really good friends that I can say are actually like fairly solid dudes. Minimum, let's say like 6 out of 10 to 8 out of 10 overall guys. Like solid dudes, very solid dudes are struggling on the apps from all walks of life, from all like beliefs, whatever. Just solid dudes are struggling. They're not, it's not a clearance rack. They're solid dudes. Unless anyone who's not a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10 guy is a clearance rack guy, Hinge is full of solid dudes. And a lot of I think it's something like 50% of relationships are spawned on the apps these days. It's just like this traumatic experience where guys feel like they're absolutely shattered. Understandably so. And to say that it's a clearance rack of whoever's still browsing is just like, that's just, women don't get it. Like, women don't open up. If women opened up their apps and had the experience that men have, they would understand that it's like, it is brutal. I've looked at many of my women friends' Tinder accounts, and it's just like 800 likes waiting for them. I'll open up a bunch of my guy friends apps, and if they don't have a perfectly manicured account, it is like we have maybe a like waiting, maybe 2, maybe 3 if they're lucky. It's a stark difference. And it's like women seem to have this thing, because you've been seeing this thing of like loser guys are prevalent or something like that. There's been this like rising notion that there's a wave of loser guys coming out of the crevices. Most guys suck these days. It's really not that way. Like, there is a gap here that the sexes are not understanding. They're not seeing from each other's sides. And it's brutal. I don't think it's a good thing for society. I think it is a little concerning. And that's not to say I think the apps are necessarily the worst thing for society. I don't think they're great. They definitely serve a purpose. They kind of made sense at the time. Now it feels like it's just doing mass harm. And I mean, yes, as a guy, like, I'm biased towards the guys, but I know for a fact that a lot of guys put their self-worth on these apps. And they're like, dang, the marketplace of women, hate saying it like that, but just doesn't like me. So then how should I value myself? And it's not good. It's not good. So to call it a clearance rack, I'd say is very demeaning to a lot of men, and just shows that I think a lot of women don't realize what the male experience on these apps are. And it's not good. It's really not good. Let's keep going. This is one of the hard parts about what's happening with Lighter. I don't know if anyone's been checking out Lighter or whatever. Lighter had a points allocation, and a lot of that airdrop went to people that there were pre-made agreements, right? There were agreements there was a third-party liquidity provider in late 2024 to provide 5 million liquidity into the LLP for the duration of the private beta. Okay. So they got less than 10% of the airdrop, but they did get a serious amount of the airdrop. And people are like, what's going on here? And a lot of the Hyperliquid, like a lot of the .hl community is like, ha, look at these losers. What's their community? They're not community first. They're VC first. The problem is, like, yes, Hyperliquid did do way better distribution at the start. They just really did. And they didn't give out massive amounts of their distribution to VCs. They gave them out to 0 VCs. Huge W. But that is speaking from a position of privilege. Like, what are we just never supposed to give out anything to VCs again? VCs exist for a reason. It's not like these guys love giving away huge amounts of equity to VCs. They need money to operate or else it doesn't happen, period. So what's the option? Just no other competitors to Hyperliquid? If there's no competitors to Hyperliquid, Hyperliquid will trend to the bad. Because if Hyperliquid, like, that's just how it works, right? Like, without competitors, things trend worse. That's like the core tenet of capitalism, right? Competition breeds better companies and better products for consumers. So you want competitors, you want viable competitors. And if the only viable competitors are those that come pre-stuffed with capital, it's just not like it doesn't work that way. So yeah, we can shit on Lighter if you want for saying, oh, they took VC deals, but then the other option is like, what else do you want them to do? Because the other option is they just never start in the first place. They just never begin. Because if they don't have they wouldn't have the money to do it. It costs a lot of money to do this. That's the whole point of venture capital. Yes, venture capital oftentimes, especially in crypto, over the course of the last, 5-10 years, has had some pretty negative outcomes, right? Like, there have been plenty of examples of VCs pushing for very negative outcomes. VCs selling a lot of their tokens and actually damning and very much harming the project in the process. Happens all the time. But that's not to say that VCs can't actually work. Like, the other option is just no competition. We only allow those who are already rich to build more products. And that's just, no one supports that. So this whole .hl thing of shitting on Lighter for having a VC deal is just, it's just not right. If anything, I would say the lack of if anything, I would say the lack of clarity, right? Like the lack of transparency about where's this money going to? Why was this not stated? Monad stated it. Monad stated who their market makers were before they started trading. The lack of that clarity is not great. That's not great. But to just say like, oh, they took a VC deal. No, like, dude, that's just not realistic. Hyperliquid had great privilege. Great privilege. Not many founders start by like making their own trading firm before and making a bunch of their own money before going on to make a perp dex. Not many founders. In fact, like, there's a handful on the entire planet that could fit those criteria. Oh my God. There's a handful on the entire planet that could fill that criteria. Really. So what do we expect? Exactly. So let's see. The best LPs that are willing to put down their own capital at risk and stand in there have high opportunity costs and aren't going to do this for free. Right. Oftentimes they want token upside. And if they're good, they deserve it and will dictate much of the success of a new trading venue in the early days. This seems to be the case here. Bingo. Exactly. That's it. So what are we supposed to do? Just say Hyperliquid should never have another competitor? No one else should ever try? Unless they're willing to do it exactly to a T, like Hyperliquid did it. It's like, it's this ridiculous narrative that the .hl spin up. It's just, this is how they operate. Everything is FUD for everyone else, and everything is bullish for Hyperliquid. It must be spun that way. It's just how they operate. Especially if it's Lighter. Can't have your cake and eat it too. Want type deep markets from the top LPs on a brand new venue? Well, expect incentivized deals like the below need to be done. Exactly. And I saw this whole thing being talked about on Rasmus stream as well, where they're like, the thesis is simple. Lighter just has no fees. You can say, right, you can make this long-winded argument about, hey, maybe because it has no fees, it's actually more expensive or equivalently expensive because high-level market makers or other people, maybe like the toxic flow, whatever you want to say, actually makes the product worse for the end user, or at least equivalently expensive, right, as fees. You might be able to say that, and that might be fair, but it's also really quick to just say, Lighter has no fees. And Robinhood worked off that. everyone knows that there's a lot of arguably, if not arguably, basically definitely weird flow going through Robinhood, as we saw through the whole GameStop shenanigan, right? Like there was plenty of bullshit going on there. So we all know what the situation is, but Robinhood has no fees. So Robinhood took off. Robinhood has massive distribution. Robinhood has been absolutely blowing up. Does not matter that arguably, and like according to the math, it seems like it probably has the same equivalent cost to the consumer. It doesn't matter. So Lighter, I think, has a better shot than people are saying. I will say this. Respectfully, Vlad, you got to work on comms, dude. Like both in your personal, this is like how you this whole message is not great and should have been clarified earlier. And also, Vlad, you need a PR guy. Like I don't know. I don't know if you should be the one answering some of these questions. He's a smart guy. He's a great operator. He's clearly building an excellent product. Just needs a PR guy. My opinion. All right, what else we got? Oh, and speaking of which, yeah, like this was, I will say this to Jeff's credit, integrity, like he goes off on integrity, always been one of Hyperliquid's core values. Yeah. In fairness, this is spoken from a position of privilege, right? Like Jeff did have a very privileged stance when he decided that he was going to, launch Hyperliquid. No investors, no paid market makers, no fees to the dev team. Yeah, like he used his own market maker that he ran to start things off. Like, and this whole line here, like no insiders, unit question mark. Like there are very clearly some level, there's like a discrepancy, right, between users, and the .HLs will always argue against this. Everyone else knows that this is the case. It's not really that important. I don't think it's actually that serious. It's, for me, it's more so like a stance thing that there are very clearly some level of insiders, right? And we literally call them insider wallets when they start selling, like. But hey, I'll say this. Props to Jeff. And this is a great post. Also, definitely a kill shot. You see some weakness in a competitor and you send out this post. I mean, damn. He is an operator. I'll say this about Jeff. He's an excellent operator. God bless. And I'm hoping that Hyperliquid actually lives through the next, 3 to 5 years, because I want to be a hype gigable. I want to be. Not yet, because I'm still kind of bearish on the market overall, but I want to be a hype gigable. And I want to be on Team Jeff. Because this is awesome. This is a great post. And definitely a kill shot at Lighter. Or at least an attempt, right? And this is smart. This is a very smart play. Gotta say, Jeff, hats off to you. Wow, my hair does not look great. Not after being matted like this. Hat, metaphorically, off to you. All right, what else we got? So this picture went crazy viral. Like crazy viral. This was her at 20. And then this was her at 27 years old. And we had some hot takes on this. And I just have some thoughts. I mean, my personal opinion, she looks way prettier here, respectfully. Like, she looks phenomenal. She just looks good. But wow, like, people are absolutely slamming her on this picture. Women need to have more awareness. Every single girl I've seen post her supposed glow up just looks like a before and after. She lost her soul. I mean, dude, Twitter is brutal. Like, she looks fine. She's probably a very sweet girl. Why are we judging her like this? She looks fine. She looks way better on the second image as compared to the first, my opinion. And what do you mean she lost her soul? Like, she looks fine, and she's probably very sweet. Dude, Twitter is way too... Like, what is that comment, man? It's just brutal. This is just brutal. It's unfair. I don't know, man. Like, Vittoria, women need to understand that no man finds a second one more attractive. All the ones saying, OMG, the glow up girl are your girl friends who secretly hate you. She looks great. You know, that's one thing I will say about Twitter. Like, there's a lot of this based and red pill posting that goes over the top where people try and, I guess, like, morally grandstand that trad is super great, you know, super based. And all men want is like a beautiful mid. Like there's like weird messaging that goes on. She looks great. It's not that serious. It didn't need to blow up like this. The only reason it blew up this hard is because she looks great. The internet's wild, dude. It really is wild. Like, people are off the rocker sometimes. This is tough. Lily Phillips got baptized. You know, Lily seems like a nice girl. And while I know that this is like one of the tenets of Catholicism and Christianity, because I don't know what she's baptized into, but generally speaking, is like acceptance of all who you know, she's still posting adult content to her Twitter today. Like, this is, I don't know what this was, but like, it's been a day. It's been a day, Lily. It's been one day. It's been one day, Lily. This was posted January 1st. It is January 2nd. There is brand new stuff on your Twitter, Lily. Brand new videos that shall not be named on your Twitter today. So what is this about? What's going on here? And why is it in a blow-up jacuzzi? Is that how they do it? Oh man, dude, it's tough. It's tough. I want to be on her side here. She seems like a nice person. But like, you're posting today. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. These days on Twitter, it's like, you want to believe in something, but it's all just rage bait and AI slop. All of it. All of it. You can't believe anything anymore. It's either rage bait, AI slop, or something else scripted. Because while I want to believe this, she is posting today brand new content to her Twitter. You know, like, I was going to say, maybe I can't. No. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Jeez, man. Oh, one day. One day. What else? What? By the way, checking in, Chris, are you around? I'm curious. I've got a question for you.
I'm around. What's up?
Are you? Is this funny? Am I just laughing to myself, or is this actually ridiculous? Like,
I mean, I think it's both rage bait and ridiculous, and and it's funny. It's all the things.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going, mindless over here. All right, thank you, Chris. Anyway, all right, we'll keep going. Yeah, I mean, I got to speak on this too. So it's January 2nd now. I've gone to the gym the last 2 days. The gym is wildly empty. Can I just say, there's like no one in the gym right now. I don't know what it was. I checked with a few other people who go to a few other gyms. I was like, hey guys, was it just me or was the gym kind of empty? Almost everyone said that the gym was like kind of empty. What's going on? 2026. We're not doing the sign up on we're not doing the New Year's resolution of get abs. We're not doing that. I don't know. I don't think it's just me. Like, I had other people saying the same thing. I went to the gym. It was like 1 p.m. January 1st. Like, all the people that got a little hungover should have been able to wake up and get to the gym. And it was just empty. It was like stone empty. Quiet too. The music wasn't even loud. It's like, where is everyone? All my friends saying the exact same thing. I went on Twitter. I saw a bunch of tweets about it. There's no one in the gyms. There's no one in the gyms. And then the few people that are at the gym, the girl next to me is wearing gym wear bodysuit. That's, I mean, dude, we've all seen it. We've all gone to the gym and seen someone that's wearing something that belongs maybe on a beach or like at home. Yeah, I don't really get it. I'll just say this. I don't want to see that at the gym, man. I just want, when I'm at the gym, earphones in, and I'm out. Like, I'm in a different world. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm not saying hello to anyone. I am just moving heavy things up and down, and that's it. I'm alone. And Palace here is onto something. There are people, we'll say, that wear things that you're like, dude, what are you wearing? I don't need to see a man's nips at the gym, all right? I don't need to see your full booty at the gym. I don't need to see it, all right? I just want to move heavy things up and down and run fast and go home. That's all I want to do. This part's, yeah, like it's weird. It's weird, okay? It is weird. I don't want to see it. No one else wants to see it. I don't know why. It's like, it's infuriating. These replies are crazy. Oh, man. Oh, it's wild. God bless Twitter. Truly. This app is free. You can pay for it, but it is free. Oh, excellent. What else we got? Palace has been on a posting run recently, like absolutely killing it. This is like diamonds. Breaking news. Diamonds are going through the ground. Like the price of diamonds, I don't know if you see this chart. It like they did great in 2012. The prices are the lowest they've been in the last like 30 years. Really, diamond prices are cratering. Lab has destroyed the market. Yeah. Diamond labs are really destroying the market. They've gotten to a point where the diamonds that are made in labs are practically indistinguishable to any other, like any person that's not using military grade inspection technology isn't going to know the difference between my princess cut and your princess cut. It's the exact same. It's exactly the same. So yeah, it's not shocking that diamond prices have fallen through the ground. Actually crazy. Which honestly, if you're going to stick it to the corporate overlords, this is one way of doing it. The diamond companies spend decades hoarding millions of diamonds in warehouses to keep prices and perception of rarity inflated, only for labs to rug pull the market up from under them. Also, spun up this whole bullshit narrative, this whole like absolute garbage narrative that, oh, you have to spend a 3-month salary on your engagement ring. How many guys are getting ripped off by these companies? Ripped off. And honestly, I'll say this. I have a bunch of friends that were getting engaged recently, and my mom loves to look at some of the cuts on these diamonds. And she's like, I've never seen that cut before. People are getting brand new cuts because now you can actually afford it. Now the everyman can afford a good diamond. You can't buy a house, but you could buy a diamond. That's the state of the economy. Housing prices are up and to the right forever, and diamond prices are down through the ground. Dude, it's like, wow, what a weird world we live in today. Water break. Let's keep things going. This one was big. So Zohran Mamdani was sworn in as mayor of New York. So the current mayor of New York is now Zohran Mamdani, who is the bane of the right and very much like a socialist-leaning mayor. His wife is getting called out for wearing luxury $630 boots. I'll say this. Maybe not the best look, but I mean, any pair of decent boots, decent leather boots for women are going to cost that much. That's like $100 pair of Nikes, but for leather boots. Like they just cost $630. That's just what they cost. That's not outrageous. That's just a bunch of not knowing how much shoes cost. That's how much leather boots for women cost, guys. That's how much they cost. Like if you're gonna dunk on them for being, I don't know, champagne communists or whatever, that's not it. That's not the dunk. Those are just reasonably, they're like maybe slightly more expensive leather boots. That's just what they cost, guys. Can't dunk on them for that. We're gonna come back to that. I do want to stay on the Zeron thing. So I don't know how to say this. Zeron Mamdani may have had one of the worst quotes. It's not a great quote. It's really not great.
We will draw this city closer together. We will replace the frigidity of rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism.
Chat, that is communism. That's communism. That is textbook. Get rid of individualism and replace it with that's communism. Are we like unsure of that? Like that's very clear. We know that for a fact. I thought this was a socialism campaign. I didn't know about communism. What else is
if our campaign demonstrated that the people
also, do you hear that cheering? Do you hear that? Hold on.
Of collectivism. Our
well, they're cheering for communism in the streets of New York. You know, I went to NYU, okay? And while I was at NYU, this was a couple years ago, not too long ago, but like fairly recent. While I was at NYU, I noticed that they were more active and well-attended, like multiple different communism clubs. And I think one Republican or conservative-leaning club, that's it. And there were, again, multiple communist or otherwise very, very, very left-leaning clubs. I would say about like 4 to 6 versus 1. And that is kind of representative of New York, to be honest, in a lot of ways. In my politics degree, I think I had to read the Communist Manifesto 3, maybe 4 times. Distinct, like different classes assigned the Communist Manifesto. Well, I had to read it in one semester. I had to read it 2 times. Like in 2 different classes, I was assigned the Communist Manifesto in one semester. That's my politics degree. I asked a bunch of friends. That's actually similar experience across the country. But like a lot of higher ed, a lot of higher ed classes, a lot of them slam the Communist Manifesto. Like you have to read it. And in fairness, people should read it. But like 4 or 5 times throughout my degree is a little overkill. We will replace the frigidity of rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism. And to make things funnier, because the internet can only get funnier, Kirill Dmitriev, dear comrade, hold on, let me throw on my best Russian accent for this. Dear comrade Mamdani, just a friendly, oh Jesus Christ, forget that. Just a friendly reminder that this has been tried before, dude. This is like the right hand of Putin that's saying this. This is not a nobody. Positive Insights, CEO of the Russian Direct Investment Fund, special envoy of the president of Russia for investment and economic cooperation. This has been tried before. He's calling them out. The Russians are saying communism doesn't work, bro. The Russians are saying it. Like, what? I can't, bro. I can't. You go on Twitter and the communists are saying, don't. It doesn't work. It doesn't work, guys. And it's like, this is Zeron Mamdani saying we will replace you can't make this up. I'm at a loss for dude. Like, I love New York. I'm very interested to how this goes. I'm very interested in how much of his policies actually, come along, because at the end of the day, he's in Manhattan, but a lot of policy gets handled up in Albany. And he's not the governor, he's just the mayor. He has a lot of control over like policing, I believe. I don't know. I'm open to giving him a shot. What am I going to do? Say he's like a guaranteed woof? I'm curious. I'm curious, but this is like,
let this government foster it.
I don't feel great about that. You can't be like, we're gonna get rid of individualism and embrace with the warmth of it's not. Russia was notoriously cold, man. They used to get everyone's iron picks and throw them into ovens and just like everyone's tools. They smelted all of it down and everyone lost all the value there. And it's like, we know it doesn't really work, right? So even the communist countries today are not really communist. They're like communist in name only. And they have mostly privatized, a lot of the functions that don't like they'll the government will assume control over certain critical companies once they've really, reached critical mass, like if it's for national security in places like China or whatever. But they'll also they'll also do things like disappear Jack Ma when he says he's a little against the communist regime. Not great. But they'll all China is one of the most capitalist countries on the planet too. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, we've tried it, dude. We've tried this. I don't know what. It's a little. Welcome to New York, I guess. He did something else though that was cool. Let me pull it up. He did so. Mamdani is already on the streets. He's already getting the work in. This is crazy.
A year?
More than years.
He's like already checking out landlord. Like he's already checking out apartments and saying like this is unacceptable living conditions. And in fairness, this is unacceptable living conditions.
Zohran Mamdani inspecting broken floor tiles in an apartment on Clarkson Avenue in Prospect Comfort Gardens, getting a first-hand look at the deteriorating conditions from an eroding bath.
Yeah, that's just gross. That is disgusting. That's unacceptable. What are we doing here? People shouldn't live in that. Like, the thing is, it's hard to say he doesn't have a point at least sometimes. Like, this is awful. We absolutely should be holding landlords to higher standards than whatever the hell that is. That's garbage. So yeah, if the government needs to get involved to shut some of this stuff down, then yeah. It's hard to say no because that's garbage. That's terrible. What is the landlord doing there?
Tub surface to a rust-covered, corroded bathroom pipe and red paint splashed about.
I mean, in fairness, a rust-covered bathroom pipe is like, if that's the worst thing going on, everyone lives in some level of squalor. That's definitely not it. All right. Like I've got problems with mice and cockroaches. All right. Like if that's happening, that's a serious problem. But like a rust-covered bathroom pipe is kind of a nothing burger. But still, point being, right, like if he's finding places that have mice and cockroaches and disease and mold, and like that's actually a deteriorating living condition, then yes. If the landlord is not doing stuff, the government's got to say something because that is unacceptable. But like a rust-covered pipe, like what are we talking about here?
And you told the landlord about this?
Yes.
And what was the response?
Call some numbers, but nobody want to do anything about it.
Residents in this same building and in others owned by the landlord Pinnacle Realty say they've experienced similar conditions, from leaking bathroom ceilings to moldy drywall.
Yeah, see, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable, and that should absolutely be stopped. And honestly, I'm in favor of that. If that's what the government's going to do and actually enforce some of this garbage and say you can't do some of this stuff, right? If this is beyond the scope of like a minor repair, then yeah, makes sense. So it is. That's it. He's got a point. And you know what? If Mamdani can get anything done on this end, good for him.
Tenant unions rallying in response, demanding stronger tenant protections.
When did this happen?
All right, what else we got? We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. Don't really care about that. Don't really care about that. All right. We got 40 TGEs apparently that are coming this year. And I got to go through at least some. 40 new tokens are coming this year, at least. Let's go through them. Base. Yeah, this one's going to be a mega launch. Any way to farm base is probably a good thing to do. They have implied that the biggest base airdrop recipients are probably be those that are doing things like making coins on Zora. So it's probably a good idea to be farming through, farming that on Zora, because that is probably going to absolutely print. So yeah, that's going to be a great launch. Abstract will probably do well. A lot of that farming is fairly, straightforward. You have to just get the medals or whatever on Abstract. We'll probably do all right. But I don't really know. I haven't seen much talk about it. I haven't seen much traction going on. It's just kind of meh. But we'll see. Good luck to Abstract. OpenSea, cucked. Backpack, probably will do all right. Mega ETH, Godspeed. Godspeed. I'm in on that. I think that Mega ETH has a real shot. Really, I think it's got a shot. MetaMask, we've been cucked for far too long. No. Zamo, I have no idea what the hell that is. Polymarket, probably one of the biggest, if not the arguably the biggest launch. I'd say we got base, probably number one. Number two is probably Polymarket. In terms of at least like market cap and importance of the launch, base and Polymarket are the two biggest launches of the next year, indubitably. Phantom, huge launch coming up. Billions, no idea what the hell that is. Bungie, no idea. Ethos, good launch. I think that's probably a solid launch. Mindo AI, no idea. Katana will probably be decent. Wallchain, heard of it, don't really know. Rainbow, decent. Brevis, decent. Citria, okay. More markets. Hey Elsa AI, what the fuck? But what are these tokens? Banter, I have no idea what these are. Z, probably okay. Yeet, probably good. Euphoria, maybe. Aligned, no idea. Open Mind, I have no idea. GTE, this one here, probably the sleeper. No idea what to think about this. The Global Token Exchange, I think that's what it is. I have no idea how to rate this, right? They left Mega ETH. They looked like they'd be one of the killer apps on Mega ETH. No idea what they're up to. I'd say of all the tokens that are coming out next year, the sleeper might be GTE. No idea what Pi Squared is. Arceum, heard of. I've actually heard of Arceum. I think it'll do all right. V-Layer, Aztec, wow, there's a lot of things here. Like what is that? What is Re? Sonium. Is Sony going to launch a token? Maybe. Huh. I mean, yeah, on this list, it's like base, huge. Backpack could probably do all right. Mega, huge. MetaMask, cucked. OpenSea, cucked. Polymarket, phenomenal. Will probably be the biggest or the second biggest, either between it and base. And then GTE is the absolute sleeper. Yeet will probably do all right. Zeet might do okay. And Euphoria will hopefully does okay. Good list. What else we got? Yeah, this one's crazy. I wanted to look this one up live. Apparently, an AI-powered VTuber. This is like breaking news. AI-powered VTuber, Neurosama's creator, has become the most subscribed to streamer on Twitch. 162,000 is the sub count. What's a sub? $5 a month? That is a sub count. It's like a ballpark $820,000 a month. Wait. Yeah. Oh my God. $800,000 a month for an AI-powered VTuber? And I know that they get better deals. Like the bigger you are, you can negotiate better deals. They might be making $1 million a month on just subs. That's crazy. Hold on. Let's check this out. Vidal 987. Vidal 987. Okay. I don't know what that is. Are they live? Are they like always live? Oh my God, they are. What is that? It's gaming? Oh my God. I gotta hear this.
I won't end yet. If she's typing, then I just want to see what she says. Maybe then I'll consider my options.
We're so cooked.
Have I ever really been far even as decided to use even go want to do look more like?
What does that say? What are they saying? What are those words? How are people paying for this?
Favorite Zelda game.
Why are people paying? What are the words what's coming out of this thing? Why are people paying so much money for this? This is 160,000 subscribers. Oh my God. Dude, we're cooked. We, as a society, I think we're cooked. Probably. This is crazy. That's crazy. All right. And like, it gets even worse about the AI stuff. Apparently, like, AI has gone way too far. A ton of New Yorkers were literally trolled. They saw a TikTok or something that went viral thinking, oh, we're going to see what's on the left side of the screen if we go there. So they showed up. They went to Brooklyn. And nothing happened. Nothing happened because they thought something was going to, they were all there waiting for this. This is the AI. Nothing happened. Oh my God. And you can, like, we have been saying, like, people have been seeing their moms and dads get got by AI or themselves get got by AI. You've never seen the masses, like the crowds, influenced to show up somewhere expecting something to happen because of AI, and then it just doesn't happen. Dude, AI is like crazy dangerous. That's insane. That's insane. And we are in inning number 1. Like, this is a ball game that's going maybe hundreds of innings, and we're inning 1 and people are already getting duped in mass. That's crazy. Dude, how many people are over there? They're all waiting for this. It's not happening. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. We're so cooked. We are so cooked. Oh no. Oh boy. That is, I just got like a chill. That's not good. That's not good, guys. Yeah, like, we got to do a better job of training ourselves to start recognizing AI, or at least saying, think twice, guys. Think not once, think twice, think thrice, even. Because Jesus Christ, we're a little, guys, we are a little cooked here. If that's what we're falling for. Oh boy, not good. Not good. What else we got? Oh, this was fascinating. Hold on. I got to talk about these two. Hold on. So there's an app, apparently, like, I don't know how they got funded. They're apparently funded by Dragonfly, and they're making a social media app where there's no usernames. It's just your net worth. It's like, you're really going for all the poor women. A $2 million guy is hitting on a girl for, with 480, an 18-year-old. Yikes. Dude, that age gap, tough. $2 million hitting on an 18-year-old and getting absolutely mogged by a $34 million net worth. Like, this is ridiculous. This isn't a fake image. Well, I mean, like, they're probably fake users, but the concept is real. This concept got funded. They're building this. Would you use a social media where you don't have a username? It's just your net worth. It's your net worth. That's how they recognize you. Oh, that's the $788 million man. Like, what? My God, dude. It's like, I feel like the VCs have speed run the, build useful technologies, point in time, and are just saying, fuck it. What if we just funded anything? What if we just funded the max degeneracy, the absolute worst that society can produce, and just go with that? It's a fascinating model. And this is one of the most interesting, I would call it like a change, a different way of doing social, but also, what the heck is that? I don't want anyone to know my net worth, much less make it my social persona. That's crazy. I want to talk to these guys. I want to have them on the stream. That's crazy. Hold on. I have a sneeze. Ow! Oh my God. I'm like allergic to this app. That's crazy. I felt that one on my side. 18? Yeah, exactly. It's kind of weird, guys. Like, what are we doing here? Weird. There has been a growing resurgence of, not resurgence. There has been a growing sense that Miami and New York are falling apart. At least as a response, no, sorry. That's not what I meant to say. There's this growing sense that New York is falling apart with Mamdani coming in and generally speaking, like, prices are high and whatnot, that in response to socialism, Miami and Austin and, whatever are going to actually take over as the capitals of America, right? Like it's been New York is the finance capital and San Francisco is the technology capital. But both of these towns have had predominantly left-leaning mayorship and constituencies for the better part of the last, 10, 20 years. And people are starting to think like, hey, maybe moving to Miami and maybe moving to Austin is actually the way forward. Y Combinator is talking about it, moving to Austin. A lot of finance firms are talking about moving to Miami. But I think of a lot of it is just rhetoric. I don't think a lot of it is actually that's substantiated. Here's why. Sorry, some sniffles. Apologies. So yeah, a couple of billionaires are moving. Yeah, like that's undeniable. But this he brings up a very, very good point here. All of Texas raised roughly $12 billion. The Bay Area raised over $140 billion. Like it's not close. And people like to discount. People like to say that in the age of the internet, where you are doesn't matter. It really does. It really does. If you're in the middle of nowhere, yeah, you do have the internet. And yeah, you have much greater access to capital and technology and information and people than you have had at any point in history. But it would be silly. It would actually just be silly to think that where you are in the world doesn't matter, like physically where you are in the world. Bay Area raised over $140 million, $140 billion in VC. All of Texas raised roughly $12 billion. There's also this, like, Ken Griffin can run Citadel for Miami. He still needs prime brokers, counterparties, legal teams, and regulators who will operate on New York time. Real. JP Morgan alone, they just put up a brand new building in New York City. It looks stunning. They manage $4.1 trillion from Park Avenue. The entire money management industry in Florida is $300 billion. It's just apples and oranges right now. Yes, maybe at some point in the next 10, 20, even 30 years, Florida might actually come to take over and be the finance capital of the world. If things keep going in the direction that they're going, yeah, Miami is growing. Austin is growing in tech. But like, people are saying it's happening tomorrow. No, it's not. No, it's not. New York is still here to stay. Let's see. What else we got? Oh, I have to talk about this. Sorry, that was Heat. I like that song. Alex Earl is absolutely crushing it. She was seen with Tom Brady. Tom Brady. I mean, Godspeed, dude. Like, Godspeed. She broke up with Braxton Berrios. Wasn't he dating, like, Sophia Culpa or something like that? Guy has an all-star run, too, by the way. Like, let's not discount Braxton Berrios. Braxton Berrios has been dating supermodels for, I think, years. Good for Braxton. Good for Braxton. She's 25, dude. She's a year younger than me. Oh my God, dude. What am I doing with my life? Yikes. I'd be down to see Alex Earl and Tom Brady dating. As a Jets fan, that would mean two people I dislike on the same playing field. I don't know about that. I don't really dislike her. I'm mostly just jabbing. I mean, good for her. Good for her. That looks fairly. Oh, the back rub is crazy though. The back rub is crazy. I was gonna say that looked pretty friendly, but then that back rub is different. Not many of my friends are giving me back rubs. Not like that. Like once, one wash, not bad. 2, 3. I think there's something going on. Although that tap at the end was a little friendly. She did go for like the friend tap at the, I don't know. I wouldn't call that anything. I would not call that guaranteed. I would say that's a valid speculation is going on here. But hold on, let's get an instant replay. Hold on. 1, 2, and then the tap. I don't know. That's close. That is a close call. That's like, it's a game of inches. It really is a game of inches. Brady knows this better than anyone. And I don't know. Once more, let's run that back one more time. I have no idea, dude. I'm on the edge. I couldn't really tell you. I'm curious to see how this plays out. I really am. I could go either way. I could be convinced. Anyway. Also, real quick, Dove Kleiman, whoever this is, may be the worst account in all of NFL. Like, all of the NFL, whatever, reporting. Whoever's running this is, like, absolutely disastrous. But, good post, I guess. What else? Anything else I want to go? Oh, I might talk about that, yeah. And I probably should talk about that. I'll probably mention that. All right. What was I looking at? Okay. I don't know what's going on in California, but apparently you can now, like, they'll be able to seize Bitcoin that's been left idle on exchanges after 3 years of inactivity. Is that how it works with stocks? Hold on. Can you seize stocks from exchanges if left to 3 years of inactivity? Huh. Really? Wow. All right. I guess game is game. So then, I know about that. Achievement. Damn. Okay. So keep your trading accounts active, guys. And if you guys have Bitcoin on exchanges and aren't planning to sell it for years, this isn't like the big government trying to take over, it seems, I guess. I guess this is just like a normal thing. So then just Get your coins off the exchanges. Not out of fear, just if you don't plan on selling them, and if you just plan on logging out, like, don't log out with your coin on Coinbase. If you're going to use Coinbase, feel free, but just like check in every couple of months or, a year or so. I didn't know that. That is, I mean, I guess that's fair. Yeah, I guess that's fair, but wow, that is interesting. You can, after 3 years of inactivity, assets can be taken by the state under unclaimed property laws. I guess so. Wow, that is a lot of people in favor. Oh my God, it's everyone. 69 in favor and 0 no. That did not take much persuasion. Wow, that is okay. So there you go. That's not big government. That's just, apparently everyone's just cool with that. So, huh. All right. What else we got? I gotta say, all due respect to this guy, but like...
Alright, I was fucking... We're going.
This dare market stuff is crazy. I mean... $100 to put your tongue in a mousetrap.
10 million on me. Yeah, this bitch got some kick.
What is he good? What's happening? Is he? What the fuck is going on? What is that? What is that? Is this guy like good? Why is he doing that? Bro, people, for $100, dude. $100. Is that worth worth $100? I don't know if that's worth $100, dude. Bro. I don't think that, hey, to each their own, to each their own. Who am I to judge? I guess. Yikes. That's worth a follow though. I'll say that much. I guess. Maybe. Anyway, we'll keep going. I think we're about done here. Let me see if there's anything else. How was Frank paying $27,000 a year in subscriptions? That's how he's paying. Oh my God, he's paying like $2,200 a month in subscriptions? Yeah, $22.90 a month. Yeah, you can see right there. What was he paying? $22.90 a month in subscriptions. How do you pay to Perplexity 200? Okay, well, yeah, then there you go. Holy crap, that is a lot of money in subscriptions. That's a lot of money. But also, what a great app. The best response to this. So Frank DeGods made an app that canceled $27,000 a year for him in subscriptions. And the best response to this, where is it? Has to be Zach XBT saying, accidentally vibe coded a tool more useful than the entire DeGods roadmap. Like, bro, that's tough. Vibe coding is crazy, guys. This is, if AI is good for anything, it's this. I mean, what an app. What an app. He prompted it a few times, managed it here and there, and he's saving $27,000 a year off of it. That's great. And he just made the app publicly available. I'm probably going to use this. See how much I'm spending in subscriptions a year. I have no idea, to be honest. I'd say it's probably about $100 to $200 a month. Yikes, that is a lot of money. Not $2,200 a month. Like, that is crazy. Damn. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I could have anything on this, but I just really don't. All right, anything else I should go through? Let's see. I could talk about the Pixel thing, but I don't really want to. Anything on the home line? Let's see. Yeah, I'll just mention this. So, Ansem went out of his mind today. He he wrote like a thesis piece, a hard shill and a half on the Nick Shirley token from Zora, and absolutely skyrocketed, just sent the coin. It went from $2 million to like $10 million, bang, in 5 minutes. Absolutely giga-sent the coin off of the tweet. And I don't know if it really matters. Like, no one gives a hell. Let's just say it. No one gives a fuck about this, by the way. The only way Zora has any prayer of working is if the speculators make money. The creators don't matter. Sure, this may incentivize creators to join, but that doesn't really matter. You need people willing to buy. That's all that matters. Also, take the $ out of your name. Jeez. Yeah, I'd kind of probably agree with that. 98K in earnings. I mean, good for him. $100,000 in earnings in 5 days off of pretty immense trading volume. That's great. It's not that bad. Can't complain about that. That's really solid earnings. Genuinely, it's very solid. But he's also like the most viral person in America right now. So I don't know if $100,000 in earnings, like he's the number one most viral. He's like probably more viral than Trump is right now, right? Like it's pretty big. It's pretty big. I don't know. It's like I've had my opinions on this. I invite any opportunity for the creator coin, creator coin meta, whatever, like CCM, actually. That's funny. To work, right? What is that? I have a coin. It's right there. I'm totally down for CCM to work and work phenomenally. It's just tough because, like, we keep seeing it over and over that people don't really care. And it was just hard shilled by an 800,000 follower account. It was a thesis post. Let me pull it up. It was a literal thesis post. Hold on. Ansem could not have more hard shilled this post. Like, here's the Nick. He hard shills it. It's a full, like, it's multiple paragraphs. Believe that there is a chance that this results in real tangible legislation getting passed surrounding this issue. Wow. I don't know about that, but that's crazy. Like, crazy bull posting this coin. What's it at? Let's see. It goes 12.5 mil market cap. Holy crap. Damn. It's at all-time high right now. Holy crap. What a run. What a gigasend off that tweet. Damn. That's crazy. Wow. So Ansem absolutely full sends this token by bull posting it like no. I don't remember the last time Ansem's bull posted anything this hard. Maybe Solana. Maybe Whiff. Full sends the token. But like, I don't know. I don't really think people are going to care that much. I think D-Train is onto something here, right? Like, he's talking about this. Let's see. He had other things on this. He had some replies on this. Let me find it. I don't know what he was replying to there. I'm just going to ignore that. What is he doing with Grok? Nah, never mind. Oh, yeah. It's existed for 2 years, though. He's talking about creator, like CCM. It's existed for 2+ years, and the only real success was the first 72 hours of Trump coin before it went straight down for the rest of eternity. Yeah, that's kind of where things are at, dude. Like, it's tough to support. I don't know. I'm in and out, right? I believe in the concept generally. I think there is some way of monetizing creators through crypto that's probably more, that's better than what we have today. And there's some way of monetizing outside of YouTube or whatever that's better. Probably. And I'm trying it. Like, I've got the coin. I'm down for it to work. It's just to kind of like wake up and say, it now works. Like, it clearly works now. Like, I don't know. So much work needs to be done. It just doesn't suddenly work. And this tends to only end really poorly. This tends to only end with the chart going down to the right forever and making people think that it's actually just cooked. I don't know. It's pretty aggressive hard shilling in this, but we'll see. We'll see, Ansem. We'll see. And if anyone's going to get it done right the first time, like, at least Nick Shirley seems like a respectable guy. I hope it works. And good for him. $100,000, not bad. Good for him. He probably deserves it, to be honest. But yeah, we'll see. All right. I think that probably just about does it for tonight. I don't really know what else we should get into. If there's anything, yeah, I think we're probably good. Probably clips. It's probably good. If you guys are still watching, do me a favor, give it a repost, something like that. But we're just going to wrap this up. As of next week, we're going to be locked in, loaded, ready to go with an actual schedule. Wow. Mind-blowing. That you guys will know when to tune in. And that'll be that. So, yeah. All right. That's going to be it for tonight, chat. Hope you guys have a good night. And I'll be back next week, bright and early. And I'll let you guys know the schedule over the weekend. Bless. Enjoy your guys' day. All right.